Vanakkam. Hello everyone. Welcome to CATIA VFA automation video series. I'm going to do the recording in a continuous way so I may lag at many places. So kindly adjust with me. Okay. In today's video, we are going to see how to create automation for instance renaming for CAD product from Excel sheet. Why from Excel sheet? Many big companies, they have lots of standard parts and they want to use the same namings for every places. So when an engineer change, their naming should not get changed. So they made an Excel sheet. And it will be better for an engineer when he takes an Excel sheet as a reference and do the instance renaming. So today we are going to see how we can do that. Before continuing this video, I need to suggest, please check on my previous video which I created CATIA VFA automation for instance renaming because it will be a continuation of my previous video. Okay, let's move on to the today's video. Before starting with the coding portion, I like to show you the Excel sheet, how it looks. Okay. I saved the Excel sheet in my desktop folder with the video output and inside instance renaming. And the file name is again instance naming. It's okay, it's a read-only file right now. Okay. So I've created two columns. One is with the part number, the other column is with the instance name. Okay. This will be same like my assembly which we have created in my previous video. There will be four different parts and I just named them like bolt 001 and other one like plate 001 and bolt 002 nut 001. Okay, so this is all the information we have it in Excel sheet and this is in the column C and the row starts from H. The 7 is nothing but a heading. Okay, so we can say like C8, it's the starting for the part number. And for the instance naming it will be D8. Okay, I'm just closing it. Now I'm going to show you the code how to call the Excel sheet and store the values in the CAD VBA. In this I have used for loop, array concept and if condition. Mostly whenever we are creating a macros, then we have to use these things in our codings. Okay, sorry, I think I'm showing you the wrong one. Okay, this is the one. For if condition, then array. So I have explained about array, for and if conditions before, so I'm not explaining it again. So today we are going to call an Excel application. To do that, you can see the code directly here. These are the codes which used to call the Excel file. Please remember, these codes we cannot record it in CATIA, so we have to search in Google and you can get it. So I forgot the codes few of the lines, so I just research it to get the codes back. So you can do it. There are lots of forums from where you can get these codes. But I like you to tell you one thing. You should change one important thing, that is tools, reference. You can see there is one more option called Microsoft Excel 16.0 object library, which is having tick mark. Actually, when I was opening the file, it doesn't have the tick mark, so it was unchecked. I just scroll down to get this one. Like it starts with Microsoft, so here it was there, Microsoft Excel. So if you guys calling the Excel for the first time, then you have to do this. So if you are not doing this, then you won't be able to call the Excel file. Okay, what is this first line says? This first line says calling the application, Excel application for the first time, and this one indicates show the application. Like if I not having this line, then my Excel sheet will be in the runs in the background. I not able to see the Excel sheet. So it's better always to give a visibility as true so that you can see the Excel sheet and we can close it up later. So I'm saying like my document, like the Excel sheet which I want to open, as I said, it is in a desktop, video output, instance rename, and instance renaming is the Excel sheet name and the format. We should not forget the format. Then it comes to the sheet, like I have given all this information in my first sheet. So I've given like a worksheet as my first sheet. Okay. Then I'm giving a array information to get my part numbers and part name. So which is nothing but instance name, you can say it. As I said before, like the instance of the details of an Excel sheet start from the row 8. You can see it here, row 8. I'm starting from 8 in the code, row 8. I'm going up to 1000. You guys can go at any limit, so I don't want to go much bigger value, so I'm just giving it a 1000. Then I'm saying the code, if the value of the cell age, which is nothing but row, here in this case row, comma 0, which is nothing but the column value. You can see the column value here. Again, see, is not equal to empty, then go inside. Else, I'm not giving anything, it will always go for the next loop. So I'm saying p is equal to p plus 1. I'm just creating a new value called p. I made a mistake in this code. You guys can, now I will be correcting it. Like when I say p, I have to give it here as p. Because I'm resizing to p, the value of p. So it goes inside and stores the value of p in the part number array and part name in the part naming array. Okay. Then I'm closing the document and then quitting the complete Excel sheet. That is, it will close the complete Excel sheet. So I can show you guys. So for doing that, I'm going to do one more option. Like I'm going to give you a breakpoint here so that you guys can able to see that. So I'm just clicking on, so Excel sheet is open, something is open. See, you can see it has opened. Excel sheet once again because I opened it second time from the code. See, part 1 and part both 01. So then running it again, coming back, so part 2. So it will goes on unless until it's check the value completely. So I'm just clicking continue. So this will store the information. Okay. Now I'm moving back to my previous code, like name 1. So I'm going to copy all these codes here. Okay. And I'm going to use it here. See, I have to tell you guys, like here these codes like a strange part number, this we have created in previous time to get the part number from the CAD product itself. Now we have the part number from the Excel sheet, so we no need to do this process to get the list of part number. So we already have the list of part number. Only thing is we have to cross check the list, our list with the CAD part number available in the CATIA. So I no need this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this step, so I can stay till it will be end of here, and I'm going to paste my previous code. Okay, done. So in this case, in the previous case, we have used length of array to find the length of array. In our case, it's a direct value. It starts. It is the value of p. So I'm just taking the value of p here. Sorry, what I did. Okay. Control Z so that I can. Okay, up to p. I'm just giving up to p. That's it. So everything remains same here. so and the process will work fine. So but I have to check one more information, like here the temp name I have mentioned, like I have to change some process here. So let's do that. Here I'm giving like a temp name which is I'm taking from the part number itself. I no need to do that, so I'm going to correct these two steps. Part number, and here the temp name, it's not temp name, so I'm going to say it's part number temp part number. The part number is same, then what I'm going to do is like product dot name is equal to, how to call the array part name of what is the value. So we have used I. Is it going to be I? Just a moment. It's going to be J. Yes. So I think everything is done. If you guys watch my previous video, then I don't need to explain much. So I'm just moving on to my here. I'm just changing these values to random informations, like something. Okay, I just renamed to some random number namings. So just run the tool. Okay, I hope the tool run. Yes, perfect. Like the part one, bolt 001, it has one instance, so it one one. Then the two, like a plate 001, and the three bolt 002, struct 02, and four nut 001 is there. Then plate is the second instance, and bolt second instance, nut second instance, then the bolt second instance, nut third instance, and fourth instance. Perfect. I think now with these videos, I think you guys are able to understand how to do the instance renaming from Excel sheet. Hope this will be helpful for you guys and for your project. And with this, I think you can impress your managers or the peers and have a good experience or the good feeling with your work. And I will ask you right now, before I closing this video, I will ask you to subscribe to my channel and please share with your friends, because your subscription and the number of views makes me to create more number of videos. Also, if you guys are facing some issue in your work, you can give your comments in the comment box, like what the issue you are facing. I will work on it and I will give you the video separately. Like I can give you like a video presentation, or if you guys are want to have a like call, and we can do the call. Bye bye. Have a nice day, guys.